Commissioners, the meeting is live.
Good morning, welcome to the March, I don't know where February went, March 3rd meeting of the Riley County Commissioners. Please stand and join in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Comment? We'll start with commissioners. John, do you have anything?
Yeah, I'll keep it kind of brief here. Good morning, everybody, from the nation's capital. Still attending the 2025 legislative conference here with NACO and joined the general session this morning, but did meet with our Community Economic and Workforce Development Committee on Saturday. And then yesterday, the Veteran and Military Services Committee. So this afternoon, we'll be up on Capitol Hill as well as tomorrow afternoon. And then I will be back on Wednesday. So look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday morning's meeting. And I'll have lots to update. And that's all I got.
Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot to report. I've been dealing with back problem. I've been working through the medical system to get some resolution on it. And it looks like, well, I'm supposed to go to Wichita on Wednesday morning, so hopefully the weather.
Ooh.
Who knows? So I'm still getting this week. So,
I didn't have much either. Quiet weekend, cut up stuff at home. Did go to the Manhattan High Washington Rural game Friday night, Friday night. My nephew's stepson is one of the starters for Washington Rural, so.
Oh, nice.
It was a good game. I hadn't seen a high school game in a long time.
Yeah, neither.
But the court looks so small compared to a college court.
Uh-huh.
And Saturday, I did get my taxes to the accountant to get that process started, and then Sunday attended the men's basketball game. Followed the women on my phone while I was watching.
Yeah, I started at the same time.
Yeah, they start at the same time scheduled, but yeah, the men came back to life. Women had troubles, but everybody has trouble. Men and women, football, everybody has trouble with Iowa State for some reason. That's all I had. Let's go ahead and get started.
Ready for business, commissioners? First item I have, need a motion to accept Gary Hargrave's resignation, who didn't refile, and accept Frank Hagemeyer's declining the election position Jackson Township Treasurer due to currently already being Jackson Township Clerk, and appoint Jamie Hagman as Jackson Township Treasurer. Is that confusing enough for you?
I read it several times trying to figure out what we were doing.
yeah, and then I read all the notes that I sent in, so.
Yeah. I got a motion on that.
Well, I would make a motion to accept Gary Hargrave's resignation, who didn't refile for Jackson Township Treasurer, and accept Frank Hagemeyer's declining the elected position for said position, and appoint Jamie Hagman as the Jackson Township Treasurer.
I'll second. Been moved and seconded to accept Gary Hargrave's resignation as Jackson County Treasurer. Accept Frank Hagemeyer's declining the position and appoint Jamie Hagman as Jackson County Township Treasurer. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you, commissioners. Next, I have tax roll corrections.
Is that the rec centers portion?
Hmm.
That's just one rec center. So the other rec center has, we haven't received that vote of decision yet, but this is 2 years for one of the 2 rec centers.
Oh, I just saw the first one. I thought they were the 2 rec centers. They're just.
Just
Yeah.
one,
23
23
and
and
24.
24.
Susan B. Anthony.
Okay, I saw one of them listed. I just thought it was each one of them.
Yeah, no, we hope to have that voted decision soon. I anticipate it should be hopefully right behind this one. We expected them at the same time, but.
So it got, so you got completely tax exempt, is that what?
That's correct.
Because there's, the numbers don't quite,
One was 23 and 24.
I know, but even the number, usually I can follow, but I'm,
Sure.
the vote is involved, it all gets.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stirred around, but those are
that is complete tax
But-
exemption.
cities have never.
They didn't file.
Didn't
Yeah,
file, and they had
Yes,
to go
this
to-
is the one that we talked about. We requested for a while for them to submit their application.
And then they never
And
did.
about a year later, we got an application. And so, unfortunately, I believe in this situation, the tax bill was paid. So therefore,
Yeah.
that creates challenges for the different taxing authorities. And how that's distributed and has to go back.
Go back, yeah, okay.
So the city did pay it, and then they have to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would it have to go to voting if it had been done in-house?
No, ma'am, I do not have the authority to grant exemptions in the state of Kansas. The Board of Tax Appeals is the only authority. And so I have to make a recommendation for exemption or a recommendation for denial. And in the situation, obviously, it was a recommendation for the exemption, but the board is behind. I mean, up to 2 years behind on exemptions, and so, yeah. So when it takes time to get them to turn in the application, then therefore it takes even more time to get it off the tax roll. But with that transfer of ownership, I don't have any ability to do anything except for put it back on the tax roll until BOTA grants that exemption. And so that's a responsibility that I have, and
Oh, because they just carved out that piece when they built the rec center, it was school property and they had to.
then it transferred to the city.
City, then
Yeah.
they didn't get, oh,
And it was discovered that change, they never applied for the exemption, so it had to go back on the tax roll, and that's when those communications started. Like, we need to fill out this application, and yeah. So, once they submit an application, those taxes are on hold until the board decides, but they hadn't submitted an application until they did.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully the next ones will be a little easier.
Hopefully.
There is one thing I'd add to all of this, and the only reason I'm speaking up is I like to sing the praises of our appraiser. As well as to provide, for the folks that do watch, right? Oftentimes with these exemption applications, right? And she talks with me about the ones that are, like, oh, this is an interesting question of law. We feel like we are a dog asked to go sit in the corner of a round room, right? Because the Board of Tax Appeals, love our friends to death at the state. Don't get me wrong, right? But the Board of Tax Appeals has all kinds of conflicting guidance. And they tell us you're supposed to be really firm and not, you're supposed to, and then we'll go on things that we are like, in a rational world, this should be exempt, right? But we have direct guidance from the state that says, well, you're not supposed to do that. And then we'll be like, well, we think it should be different. And so we put our recommendation in or neutral, or it should be, and then they'll follow what we want us to do. But it's like,
To go through all these processes.
it's very frustrating. And I wish that they would just take over the exemption process entirely and get our appraiser out of it, but that's never going to happen. So anyway, I'll stop venting now.
Thank you.
You get a motion, commissioners?
Okay, yeah, I would make a motion to approve the tax roll corrections as presented.
I'll second, been moved and seconded to approve the tax roll corrections, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair, please sign. Any changes to the minutes, commissioners?
Nope.
I didn't have any.
Get a motion?
Well, let's see. I would make a motion to approve. Hang on a second. Okay. I would make a motion to approve the minutes from the February 27th meeting of the Board of County Commissioners.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the February 27th meeting of the Wright County Commission, all in favor?
Aye.
The
Aye.
tentative agenda, commissioners?
Yep.
Any items for next week's press conference? City manager Danielle Doolin asked, what the commissioners would, what topics the county commissioners would like the city manager to review in her presentation coming up.
Just whatever they got going on. Yeah. Anything new going on, I guess.
I would probably say upcoming construction projects for sure, since we're getting into spring.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're moving fast and heavy on some stuff.
Juliet.
Juliet, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I know, no, I'm just, no, I just,
Okay.
okay, I'm just, that they
Okay.
didn't get that one. so-
new city projects, construction projects, anything else?
What are they gonna do with all that snow piled up everywhere? See all these parking lots. I'd like to take a wager on the one by the parking garage, how long that one's gonna take.
Imagine they're gonna wait for Mother Nature to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna wait for the temperatures to get rise and melt it off naturally.
That one over there is a mountain over by the public,
Yeah, but
the
Baldwin.
parking over here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like probably taller than this,
Where's this at?
over by, on the, west side of the parking garage down here.
Oh, really? I
You
haven't
understand, it's taller than this ceiling.
I haven't been over there.
Here, and it's like, goes like this, it's like a.
Good commissioners will have an update by Mr. Parker at 9 o'clock. A little bit of a break.
It looked like. I think it started to tear down the bank.
Oh, are they?
I saw some equipment over there, but I
Oh, really?
didn't know if it's some of the stuff that's on Juliet's just parked over there or.
Oh, yeah, they're doing that road construction too. I don't know.
I don't know if they
But I
have-
saw them over there, some, and I don't know if they were just moving in or Sunday or Saturday, when we were there. There's some
No, they started tearing out the outside part of the building over there. Somebody shot a video of it.
Oh,
The 151 or whatever coffee shop finally opened up today.
'cause I thought it was the
Where's that one?
It's
third
down there on Third,
Oh, that, oh.
across from the
over by
fireplace.
Sonic.
okay.
That's how I come in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounded like they anticipated a lot of people there because there was a lot of staff outside ready to take
I
orders.
saw, yeah,
Looked like there were
many.
many people in line though.
There wasn't anybody when I came by. Just a bunch of people standing, a bunch of employees standing
I was
around.
wondering if it was ever gonna open.
But quicker than Beefaroo.
Beefaroo, I don't know what they. what
Has
they
anyone
say
tried
there.
beef for real?
They're
I
open.
haven't yet.
That they're,
I thought Brian decided to take one for the team and give us a report.
If I recall correctly, it was gonna be Homicide Hanson. That did that.
a what?
Homicide Hanson, our nickname for,
When we came in, when was that there, Saturday? The parking lot was full. I wondered if they had some kind of specials going on. or something.
Really?
The parking lot was full there.
Good. I hope they do
Yeah.
good.
Well,
No, I
that's
hope
great
it's good. It's
because
just the name's kind of odd.
Yeah,
Well, it's right next to Wendy's, so I'm sure they're competing that way.
well, it was Burger King there.
And,
so.
yeah, there was Burger King, so.
And those kind of joints are always next to or to each other.
Guess if you can't get anyone, you can go over. there.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to see Spangle.
What did they say?
there.
Just give
So,
them-
No,
they-
there's-
they were kind of seeing-
Magnet's
What's-
always a good
what's
burger.
interesting
Yeah.
is that they're a chain, right?
Yeah.
Beefaroo
Uh-huh,
is a
they
chain,
are.
Small,
Yeah.
relatively small.
right? But I think, I'm assuming that it's some variant on burgers, but I haven't looked at it yet.
I've looked, they got a mile long menu.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you what I would love for us to get here. I've eaten.
Don't say Red Lobster.
Oh, no. I think, have you guys tried Medis?
What?
Medis, it's a Mediterranean place. They started off in Wichita, like so many chains in the history of.
I know.
Right, and now they're growing all over the place, but it's really good Mediterranean. And it's like affordable, it's at a reasonable price point, but you go in and it's nice inside. I
There's
mean,
no place at a reasonable price point anymore, including fast food.
Oh,
Holy moly.
yeah. Yeah,
That'd be kinda cool.
that would be, I know, fat. Don't, I mean, everything's expensive now, Rich. It's
Yeah.
just,
I stopped by, nephew had state wrestling
Oh.
at Hayes, and so I went up to that Saturday and it's bad timing, I had stopped by Popeyes in Salina, and I'm not a big Popeyes fan anyway, but
Oh,
oh, it was expensive.
I like the. What is it called? The grills, not the fried, but the blackened.
Oh, I didn't know they had that option. Well, that's what I should have tried.
It's good, you know, and it's not fried,
Yeah,
it's healthy, but it's really good.
oh, man.
That's what I always
Well, I'm
get.
glad I talked to you then. Next time I'm stuck in that position. I'll
And,
know.
but also, because you know, they always have the chicken pile up there, that, they don't have it, there's a little while, because they fix it
Uh-huh.
when you order it, because it's not
Oh,
ordered that
man.
much, so they fix it while it's
I
ordered.
should have talked to you before I went.
Really, but they also used to have some rice thing. Now they got red beans and rice.
Mhm.
It isn't, I mean, they're,
I had the red beans and rice and it was okay, you know,
but they had a Cajun rice. They,
but making that. And I wanted their coleslaw, so like a good coleslaw,
Yeah.
and it was out, of course, so.
oh,
It was just a failure all the way around, it was so expensive. Gee, creepers.
because they had, it used to be when they, because there was one in the fort across from where I was working, so.
Hmm,
They had what they called the naked chicken, because it didn't have the breading on it.
okay,
And then they discontinued it for a long time, and then they brought it back. It's
well, I should
black
look at the menu closer
Yeah.
then.
It's, I like it.
I'm in a hurry to get home and get some work done.
Nephew. He's got 4 kids. And got to be married. They were saying 2 years, it didn't seem like that, like I said, two years ago, and she's got 5 kids. And they're going somewhere all the time, I mean, from the junior and high schools down through 4 years old, I think, between the two of them.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's why we, position did we, oh, we just hired the part-time HR person. And she was one that was released from MVAF, but she's going back to school, so that position works out good for a part-time, but she's a more mature mom and she has 5 kids too. And I said, yeah, you're one of the few that outdoes me. He got 5. I got 4. She'll be really good.
Give me something on the finance person.
Yeah, we did get someone. She'll start March 17th.
Have we haven't signed, we signed something? Okay.
It just got offered last week.
Oh,
Do all
okay.
the pre-employment stuff and all that, you know.
I didn't think I'd seen stuff, but I know you've been doing interviews.
Yep. We did a lot of interviews for that one. And we had some pretty decent ones. This one's gonna be really good. It kept me from having to steal someone from another department, so.
I know you said you thought one of the people was.
There was 2 of them that could probably do the job, you know? Yeah.
That's a chance. Interview team for the historical society, if they're hiring, you know. A director or something, they keep changing the title, what it's gonna be, but somebody to run their stuff for.
Uh-huh.
And they had. Zoom interviews last week, and then they brought 2 of them tomorrow. Just got to bring in 2 of them in for interviews.
Yeah, I've done more interviews in the last 2 weeks between that position and that HR position. I got an interview out. Mikey and Morgan's little girl, 4 months
yeah.
old,
How much?
4 months old,
Wow,
little Halen.
that's what we had. Dinner Saturday night with some two couples that we hadn't. Had sat down with in a long time.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's changing pictures of grandkids and kids and grandkids, and where's this one, where's, because our kids were in school together here in the grade school when Jan was teaching, and she taught their kids, and then we got to be friends with them. But just trying to get caught up on where all the kids are, and who's.
Nuts, Darnell made birthday breakfast for Blake's wife because we didn't get to celebrate her birthday and birthday breakfast on Sunday. So all 3 grandkids were there and
Oh.
it get to be a lot. And just thinking end of May, what, 5, you know, and none of them are talking yet, you know, they're all infant stage.
Oh.
And so sit around and look at little people.
Yeah. That's what one of this couple was a great grandparent now. I say that Jan, one of the kids, Jan taught. Is a grandparent now. Well, a couple of them. Well, because there's one at church we saw too. It's also.
Make her feel old yet?
Yeah. Tuesday in public. Jan has a 0th birthday this year coming up.
Yeah, just another number.
Yeah. Just gonna be hard on birthdays.
Oh, really?
Talked about doing, we have decided something about that.
Uh-huh. Busy getting Michaela moved from Texas to Missouri here in the next couple of months, few months. Gotta buy a house.
Yeah.
She wants us to go up and look and turn in one eye. Her husband and just FaceTime her and pick it out for her because she's not gonna be able to make it back, so. Don't really
Yeah.
like doing that, but
Jan did that with her sister when she moved. Moved here from Utah. This was 10 or 15 years ago, moved to Kansas City, and Jan and one of her other sisters went to look at houses and sent her pictures of stuff, and they bought the house.
yeah,
Well, just want people to do
that's
that
what we're
these days.
doing.
I certainly would like to do that.
I don't really wanna do that for her, but.
No.
She goes, I trust you. Yeah, but still, it's your, especially her first house, you know, like.
This one was the biggest thing going today.
Home before the storm, literally the storm, coming tomorrow night. Brian will lighten this up during his time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Sizing.
just, it's nonstop excitement over in county council's office.
I have questions, of course.
That's good.
I'm happy about that. I think the one thing I'll ask the commission, is after our meeting on Thursday, I had a ton of things come up and I wasn't able to get our letter of support for home rule for the commission chair to sign drafted yet. I wanted to reference some of the stuff that we did in the past. Because I looked at our records and all three commissioners have submitted testimony in support in the past. And so would it during my time, I'll probably ask if the commission will be comfortable with just authorizing the board chair to sign it if I get it done later today or tomorrow. I don't think there'll be anything controversial in it. But I don't think it's gonna kill us to wait till Thursday, but I know anything in the legislature's time pressing. So that's this year especially. I do miss the seconds counter.
That technology is supposed to advance, not go backwards.
I know.
See a whole lot of good out of technology. It's getting totally nuts. Oh, yeah. You don't know what to trust or
Yeah.
not to trust.
Right.
What to open or not. It's
I
just-
will say this, somebody was giving up a typewriter. From one of the county departments and I had wanted one, so they got it, it's in my office now. So I'm quite happy about it, I'm very happy. Well, Commissioners, Brian Parker, County Councilor, and I'm here to give my report. I would start off by saying, in case my sister-in-law is watching, because she has nothing better to do with her life, watch me talk. Not that she's not interested in the business of the commission. Yeah, but no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant she's.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Ramadan Mubarak, says, anyway, so with that, one of the things that I wanted to make the commission aware of, as we move through our nuisance, abatement procedures, is that we have ongoing, it's a rolling process. And so several people have received their summons at this point. And we haven't heard any, we're in the process of being received and we haven't heard any feedback yet from those individuals, but as soon as we do, we will we'll engage with them. So I think that's one of the major things that we've been dealing with. And apart from that, many of the projects that we've been assisting our departments with have been making great headway. We met with Public Works on Friday or Thursday afternoon and went through a lot of their forthcoming projects that are on their board. There'll be some RFPs or RFQs that will be coming out that they've taken the initiative and drafted, and we're just helping to coordinate at this point to make sure that we have, but they're for the expenditure of funds related to sales tax. Both the 0.2 and both the 2 cent and the 5 cent. So because we still have some funds left in the 5 cent. So we're and part of those go, and John can speak more to this, but part of them go to the Marlat project that the city and us went in on together for design. So, I think that's really mostly what I had to update the commission on, and I stand for questions.
One thing that I don't know, this relating to state stuff, because seeing to be a conduit for that. And we get those. What are they, Hobber's report,
Mhm.
keep having, I mean, well, we get us the headline, we're not, since we don't subscribe. They've been saying the House is ready for property tax debate. Property tax relief is coming up, this, and it's supposed to be this week, it's their big discussion. Do we know even what they're talking about yet?
You know, I have not, that's, I think that at this point I want to call, because I need to call over to Tom.
See what,
And see what they're,
what kind of things they're trying to come up with.
I have,
Nothing I've heard makes much sense, but maybe they'll have something worthwhile.
I think that I would echo what you had said, Commissioner. I haven't heard a cohesive strategy yet. I heard grumblings. Or basically what I've heard so far about property taxation is that, yeah, what the Senate has done is not gonna be it's kind of DOA, but the House is gonna make it all right. And
House is gonna have their own thing now.
Yeah.
And then the Senate won't like that one. Maybe if they keep going back and forth, they won't do anything, which is.
wouldn't it be interesting to just let a market-based appraisal system operate and have local governments set their own fiscal responsibility? I don't, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
That might be a
Yeah,
novel
right.
thought.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, novel idea.
Bryant,
Yes, Commissioner?
there is a House bill that we need to pay attention to. It's House Bill, let me pull it up here, 2396. They're calling it the ASTRA Act. It's the Acknowledging Stewardship of Tax Revenue and Appropriations. It's a fund that's going to be set up kind of similar to the LAVTR. Of course, we know that was discontinued last year. This particular fund would use the same formula to disperse money to cities and counties, except in order to become eligible for those dollars, cities and counties would be required to keep a budget increase below or at revenue neutral.
Huh. Interesting. Okay,
And to my knowledge, I'm guessing that's going to get a pretty good hard look at. I just found out about it this morning, so I don't know that much about it just yet, but I'll do some inquiring. You were talking a little bit ago about the SCR 1605, the county constitutional home rule. Did have the chance to talk to Jay Hall here at KAC while here in DC. They were aware of it, weren't aware that it was probably going to get a hearing, but they're going to be willing to draft some, some support legislation or some support letter for it as well, and would be willing to give testimony if indeed that comes up.
What number did you say that was, John?
Which one?
2396.
20, yeah, the first one. 23.
Yeah, 20 House Bill 2396.
2396, and none of them are property tax things.
Yeah, it just popped up on the radar. I mean, literally just this morning, so I haven't had a chance to really look at it. I actually picked up on it in Kenny Titus's newsletter.
we are, the thing I will add on all of this, and I know that everybody's lived through see bills regarding taxation right up to the end, right? And the other thing that they keep, yep. The other thing that sometimes they'll do is if they're gonna put something in at the end, that it can be part of the budget reconciliation bill. So property tax will not die until they leave the legislature.
Yeah, that is correct. And I don't know what the governor's mindset's going to be on that. So those things could get vetoed and then they'd come back for a veto session. So may not be dead until up and through that process as well.
Sure. Well, I think in terms of legislative activity, because things have hit turnaround, there's, I don't think the bill for short-term rental relief has been drafted or it's still being, we had it to the reviser in late January, but they've been so behind because everybody's pushing
Yeah.
that they couldn't get it done in time for our lobbyists to, and it was pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a little one pager. So I was disappointed that we couldn't get it into committee, but I'm not throwing the reviser of statutes office under the bus. They're just swamped. And especially with the budget, with the House wanting to, or with the legislature wanting to do its own budget, that just put a whole bunch of strain on their office. And so I think that's why we weren't able to get it introduced, because a lot of things just couldn't get introduced before turnaround. So I've spoken with our lobbyists or communicated with them, and it'll be all ready for next year. It seemed like when they talked with the various committees, it was a pretty non-controversial bill. And hopefully we'll be able to get that through next year. In the meantime, even though we do have massive challenges in enforcing our short-term rental regulations, I'm gonna try to do it anyway as a prosecutor. I don't know, it's basically we'll give them a little fine if they're found guilty, but it's better than nothing. At least we're highlighting the problem, and it also highlights the difficulty in not having the ability to have law enforcement go out and deal with it, and it's just our code enforcers after the fact. So hopefully that will help shed some light onto it. Any other questions, commissioners?
Not a question, but I did talk to a group while out here in DC that deals with short-term rentals. They're a group out of California, and they've been working on this issue for quite some time. They may have some ideas and some ideas for the short term that might help us until we can get something significant drafted. It's just a thought. We're going to work on getting a meeting probably with Amanda and maybe yourself or something on that. Just see if some of their ideas may help us garner some momentum forward on that.
Makes sense to me. The more help, the merrier. We'd love to have more ideas.
Okay, I had a question. Do you have a question on that?
No, go ahead.
Maybe it needs to go through Amanda, but on the Keats sewer project,